Marathon, the game, is coming out March 5th, just a few short months away. Really, only a month or so. In early December, they released a Vidoc that got a lot of people talking, and I'd like to add my 2 cents, albeit delayed, into the fray. The game footage you're seeing here is from the very first alpha, as in the very first. No NDA, I promise. This was the first look at Marathon outside of the cinematic trailer, at least for me, which is arguably one of the greatest bits of cinema I've ever seen in my life. And no, I am not being hyperbolic. The gameplay here is rough. This is the first alpha test. But even so, I had a great time. The runner shell, formerly known as Void, quickly became the love of my life, surprising no one, as I love a good Invis Hunter build in Destiny 2. I love the idea of what we got here. I could see the vision, but of course, an alpha is, well, an alpha. I tried to keep that in mind with my feedback. My biggest issue was the world itself. It felt bland and not lived in. The map felt huge, and it felt like roaming with no kind of reward other than getting from point A to point B. I also felt like I wasn't really in danger from players or AI enemies alike. It lacked the tension I wanted, and while I am notoriously bad at PvP, I wanted the struggle and I wanted the fear. Another piece of feedback that felt maybe a little unfair was the graphics felt flat. In the cinematic trailer, we get all of these bold colors. The world is vibrant and alive. Plus, I love the juxtaposition of this gorgeous, bright world being so very dangerous. But then the Vidoc came out, and well, to sum it up, great job, Bungie. My initial sadness with Marathon being an extraction shooter and not having some sort of campaign is, quite frankly, because the world is too cool, and I wanted to know more. But I see that the storytelling will still be there, just a little different than I'd initially imagined. I'm a sucker for post apocalyptic media of any kind. Bonus if there's a critique on capitalism in the mix. And well, the runner shells are just that. These are pricey units that runners go into massive debt for. Their role? Depending on faction alignment, your assignment is researching and recouping losses for the major players of this universe. Something like working for Jeff Bezos, but years in the future. Not unlike warehouse workers of our time, are that these runners are disposable to these corporations. Live and succeed? Thank you for your labor. Die? Well, next in line, please. And you're not alone out there. UESC troops, as well as other players, wait to end your run. Your competition, after all. Bungie added some things between when I last played and now, one of them being proximity chat. I promise I'll keep the comparisons to a minimum, but Arc Raiders is the only game I've ever used prox chat in. In this game, it makes sense. I can let people know I'm going to kill them. We can team up. I can warn them about potential danger. Or I can cry like a baby if they down me. Either way, proximity chat has its place in this game, and I'm struggling to see how it will add to Marathon. Maybe that's because Marathon seems more PvP centric. As of now, and when I got to play, while there was no proximity chat then, there was also no time to talk to enemy teams. Oftentimes, one side was dead before the other even knew what hit them. Arc Raiders provides incentive to cooperate, or at least to leave one another alone. Bungie has said they are going to make the UESC threats bigger, and maybe this is one way proximity chat will be incentivized. Of course, this is a big wait and see moment that will work itself out once the game releases. During the Viaduct, it was said that the environment will tell the tale, so to speak, with immersion being the goal. This right here got me hype because, as I stated earlier, my biggest complaint was the world felt really flat. Here in the Viaduct, they go into some depth on both visuals and something that may be more important, in my opinion, the sounds of the world. Both sight and sound come together to create a living, breathing universe that I, as a player, want to live in. Footsteps, sound effects, the music itself all comes together to create an immersive world that I personally cannot wait to live and die in. Something else I found super exciting is them mentioning weather updates. Not only is weather fun to just exist in game, but it also provides its own challenges. Rain covers up footsteps, snow can enhance sound, fog can make it hard to see until you're on top of an entire group of UESC waiting to murder you. Challenges aside, it really makes the world feel alive. Another addition they surprise us with in the Viaduct is that bodies rot now. Yes, they rot. So here you are and you stumble on carnage. Bodies decay over time as a way to tell whomever stumbles upon them a rough time frame of just how dead is dead. Did you just miss a massacre, or did this runner tragically perish at the top of the match and has it just been languishing there? Also, if a group of bodies is in one state of decay and then another looks a little fresh, be wary. The killer may be close. Now let's talk maps. Marathon offers up several map options with varying degrees of difficulty based on a few factors. Perimeter is the opening map and is purposely the first map players interact with. This is Perimeter from back in April of 2025. It is meant to be a safer, more straightforward map for new runners to get their wits about them, or try anyways. Another feedback bit that Bungie's already fixed was that the AI enemies, the UESC, didn't feel all that scary. Well, all that scary if I wasn't running around with just a knife because I died the previous round. Bungie heard, and not only have the USC been made more of a threat, but with the various ranks within the UASC, there may just be reason for proximity chat yet, especially on later maps. There is also Dire Marsh, Outpost, and the current endgame map aboard the UESC Marathon. Dire Marsh is featured as a largely outdoor map that contains the strange anomaly. What it is and why it's here, well, that's for runners to find out. Dire Marsh is also available during Alpha when I got to play, and I instantly fell in love with the deluge of rain while on the map. I died way faster, but I love the visuals a bit more than Perimeter. But as Bungie has shown us, they have updated the graphics in a brilliant way. Outpost is a UESC facility that is smaller and with its potentially confusing pinwheel structure is shaping up to be quite the slaughterhouse. I also foresee myself getting hopelessly lost in it. That's part of the fun, right? Now, this place scares me. The USC Marathon is shown as the ultimate challenge for runners. Cryo Archive is huge and hostile in every way possible. Environmental threats, UESC baddies, and of course, other runners. Within, there are 7 vaults, each more strenuous to unlock than the previous. The devs then tease that the vault should make players consider if their purposes are to keep players out or to keep something else in. Very ominous. Now, there have been several updates since the initial Vidoc, and I can't wait to talk with them about them with you. However, that will be a video for another time. For now, I will leave you with this. As someone who has never played extraction shooters, minus some arc raiders, Bungie hooked me instantaneously with the cinematic trailer. And despite the ups and downs this past year, they continue to drop banger after banger in regard to social media communications and information regarding Marathon. The pre-order went live on Monday, January 19th, including an incredible collector's edition that I bought so expeditiously, and it's set to arrive later this month. I personally cannot wait for March 5th and intend on making more content as the day looms closer, as well as once the game releases. So let me know. Are you hype? Will I see you on Tau Ceti?